guys. So today we'll start with SD-WAN. Okay. And basically today we'll do SD-WAN lab. Okay. And we will see how we can create SD-WAN lab in EVANG. Okay. And what component we will be taking or what device we'll be taking. So we will see vManage, how we can onboard vManage, how we can add the vSmart device on the vManage, how we can add vBond, and how we can add vEdge devices. Okay, so we will see everything, how we can register all of these devices like vBond, vSmart, vEdge device on the vManage, how we can bring everything up. Okay, these things we'll see today. So now let's go to the lab part directly. Okay, and we'll create the topology first, and then we'll go for the configuration also. Okay, so let's start. So let me add first of all few devices. So I will take first of all vManage. Okay. So at least you need 16 GB RAM, right, to run this vManage. So I'm taking 16 gig RAM and vManage fine for CPUs and fine save. I'll take vSmart, vBond, add this vBond. I will take vSmart also, add this one. Okay, so basically let me tell you the topology first of all, what topology we'll be taking. Okay, so we'll be taking like we will add vManage. Okay, we will add vSmart, we will add vBond, and we'll be taking a Windows server. Okay, so this Windows server will act as a CA root server, certificate authority root server. Okay, so basically this vBond, vSmart, and this vManage, whenever they will try to get the certificate, right? So I'll take this server as a certificate server, and we'll be doing these tasks, right? Finally, after these things, like I will connect these devices here via switch or via network. Okay, and then finally another switch again here. Okay, so this segment will be having a network, this segment will be having a network, right? And then a router, a normal router will take, and then finally I'll take a VS device and one more router behind this one. So I'll take this as site one. Okay, so what we will do basically, first of all, we will try to bring the device up, this vManage up. Okay, and then after that we will register this vManage, then we'll turn on this vSmart, will do the configuration, everything will do. Okay, configuration, it means like belongs to IP address configuration, right? And we will register this vSmart to vManage. Again, we will register vBond to this vManage. Okay, and for the certificate, I'll be using this server. Okay, and finally, I'll be importing this vManage. I will basically add this vEdge device to vManage, and we will see then how we can do other practicals and other things. Okay, so this setup we have to create. So this is a base setup, right? After that, we will add internet router. We will add a SD-WAN router, not SD-WAN. Basically, this will be a MPLS network. Okay, and then finally we will connect multiple sites here. So one site will be having one connection with internet, and one site, the same site will be having connection with MPLS network also. Same, let's suppose we have 4 sites here, 4 to 5 sites. Okay, or we can take 2 or 3 also. So one connection from here, one connection from here, one connection from here, and one connection from here. So like this, I'll configure the sites. Okay, so the very first step we have to do, register these devices, create this network, and this network basically first of all. Okay, and then we can move to the next step. Okay, so let us start. So we have vManage, we have vBond, we'll take this vSmart. Okay, now another server. So I'll take a Windows server, a server 2008, fine. Let me increase the RAM here. Save the configuration. Okay, one more thing. We have to add this server here, right? So we have to take 2 interfaces. One I'll be taking as a management, one I'll be taking as for the the internal network. So let me take this, change Ethernet to 2, save the configuration, fine. Okay, so now let me add a network here. So let me take a cloud also so I can manage globally. I'll take a network as a bridge here. Okay, so let me connect these devices first of all. So I'll be using ATS0 for this management. Okay, same here. I'll be using the ATS0. Same here. I'll be using this ATS0. And for the vManage also, for the management kind of thing, I'll be using ATS0. Okay, and the other interface. So other interface I'll be taking as internal for the transport. Same from this device, gig 0 by 0. Same from this device, ATH1, and from this also. So we have done this one. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so now let me add a edge router. Okay, through which they will communicate to other side. Normal router. Ethernet, I'll take here 3. So 1 that is towards these two controller. Now let me add a VH device also. Same. So I'll connect this with not ATS0. So I'll take here gig 0 by 0. Let me add one more router here. So this will be now like my, okay, so I'm using ATS0. So just remove it. Okay. And let us use gig 0 by 1 here. There. Okay. So now I will take this as my first site. Okay. And then further, like I'll connect multiple routers, like I'll connect internet, I'll connect MPLS, right? And then I'll connect further sites, right? So let us enable this topology. Okay, so let's do the practical now one by one. Okay, so initially, first of all, what I'll do here, I'll bring my vManage up and that server up. Okay, because first of all, I have to register my vManage with the root certificate server. Okay, so the very first step here we have is just register vManage, just do the configuration, the basic configuration of the networking, right? And some host name if you want to change, some organization name, site ID, and these things you have to configure. Now let's start this one. So this will take some time to enable. And this also we have to enable. Taking time, just wait. Okay, so in meantime, what we can do, we can start the server also. Okay, so the base configuration we can do. So this interface, the first interface 80, right? So this interface like will get IP address automatically from the internet, okay, from this vCloud. And this E1, I'll configure here a subnet, okay. So let me choose a subnet here. What subnet we'll be using here? 192.168.1. So let me take here on window, let me take 1.10, like 10, 20, 30, 40. So in the same way, I'll configure the IP addresses. vsmart 1.20. vBond, you can take any address range. Let me use here 30. This is 30. And finally, this vmanage, I will take here 1.40. Okay. And yeah, and this router also, we need to take a address. So let me take here 50. Okay, so first of all, I'll bring this setup up. Okay, and these interfaces, I'll check the communication between these devices. And these interfaces E0, ETS0, ETS0, and this ETS0. So I'll be using these interfaces for the management. Okay, and these interfaces will get the IP address from the DSP automatically. And here I'll configure manually. Okay, cool. And this subnet I'll configure later. And this vEdge will port on the vmanage later. So now let's check vmanage is up or not. It's ready. So the default credentials are admin. Okay. So this is the first setup we need to do, one-time configuration only. Okay. So just choose your VDB. Okay. So this partition has 100 gig, right? So use this one for the storage device. Enter. Yes. So now it will complete the setup and will reboot again automatically. And then we can do the configuration. And on this server, we need to configure the CA root server. Okay, so we have to configure that services. We have to enable that services. So I'll do that also. The first interface that is connected to the E0, right? So that we get the IP address automatically, so we can verify that also. Getting the IP address, fine, and having internet connection also. Okay. Now go to this interface and just configure the IP address 192.168.1.10. Okay. 192.168.1.10. Okay, the default gateway. So basically, in this topology, all of these devices will communicate, or we can say whenever they will try to communicate to other network, right? So this is a point that we have here that will connect the other devices or the other sites, right? So what I'll do here right now, I'll configure a default gateway on all these devices towards R5. So I'll be taking dot 50. So let me configure dot 50 as a default gateway. 192.168.1.50. So I'll take this as default gateway. Say okay, okay, fine. Now one more thing, whenever we configure these things, right, and whenever like I'll be using this Microsoft server as a CA certificate 30 server, right? So what we need to do here, we need to have the same exact time on both devices, like on vManage or and on this device. Okay, so this vManage and this server should have the same time zone. Okay, and the same time should be in the sync, right? Otherwise, whenever like we'll do the installation of the certificate, or we'll try to restore the vManage and other things using the certificate, right? So we'll be having issues at that time, right? So just make sure your Windows Server and your vManage should have the same time and the same time zone. Okay, so let me configure my time zone first of all. That is very mandate part. Okay, so done here. Say okay. I need to change the time also. So let me change the time also. Say okay. Now let's go to vManage. Reconnect. For the login. Okay, one more thing, we need to add a role here. Okay, so just add the role for the certificate authority. Next. Now enable this one, Active Directory Certificate Services. That's it. Go next. Next. Yes. Now you have to choose certificate authority and certificate authority web environment, right? So using this, what we get, like we can have the access on the web, on the UI. Basically, we can say to enroll the certificate, to approve the certificate, right? So this is a mandate part. We have to check this also. Yes. Say next. Next. Standalone root CA, fine. Create a new, fine. Next. All good till this point. Now you can change your name also. So let me take here CNC. Next. Yeah, no worries. 5 years, fine. Next, next, next. Say next, next, next. And finally, install this service. Go to vManage. Okay, I hope all good. Let me try to log in. Admin. Fine. Admin. Okay. This will take some time to log in. Just wait. System ready. Now I can do the configuration. Admin, admin. So the default username password is admin, admin. Okay. Now go to your config part. Now, so again, like if you remember in the XR devices, right, whenever we want to save the configuration, what we do the commit feature. We use the commit feature, right, to save the configuration. Same here. These vManage devices, right, basically they use the same feature, commit feature. Okay, so I'll do some configuration. Okay, and I'll do same configuration on vManage, vSmart, and vBond also. So let me start. Go to your system. So we can say this is your kind of, we can say, address family where we are doing the system configuration. So we have to go to into the system, and then we can do the other configuration. So like let me change the host name. Okay, vManage. Now let me change the, let me set the organization name, that is CNC. Let's say site ID. So I'll take right now just only one on all the devices. Okay, I have to set the clock also. The clock time zone. This is Asia, and yeah, because right, perfect. Now system IP. So basically the system IP is a only identifier for this device. That's it. So this IP can be an existing IP, can be a non-existing IP, that doesn't matter, right? So I'll just configure here 1.1.1.1.1. Okay, so in the first device I'm taking 1.1.1.1, just like a router ID. Okay, system IP is just identifier IP that we use to identify the device, nothing else. Okay, enter. Now whenever we configure vManage and vSmart device, right, so we have to mention who is vBond. That's a very important part. Okay, so the vBond IP, so let me see like what IP vBond is using. That is 192.168.1.30, cool. 192.168.1.30. Fine. Now I can say commit, and I'll get the changes here. Fine. Now the next thing. So on the server, I have configured this server. Okay, this is taking time, no worries. So here I have configured the IP address. So let me verify the IP address. What we have here is, this is 192.168.1.10. Fine. Now let me go to vManage, and now I'll configure these interfaces, the ATS0 and the other interface, right? So the other one we have is ATH1. So what I'll do here, as we know, okay, the things like about the VPNs I'll discuss in the theory part. So right now we are doing the practical part. So what I'll do here, I'll take this management. Okay, so I'll take this management in the VPN 512, and these interfaces, the transport interfaces on which I'll configure these sites and will connect these sites, I'll take this in VPN 0. So VPN is just like a VRF on normal routers. Like on normal routers, what we do to separate a routing table, what we do, we use a VRF, right? VRF concept. Same here on vManage, on these VPLR devices, we don't have the VRF concept, but what we have here, VPN concept. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll configure this interface in VPN 512 and this interface in VPN 0. Same for vBond, same for vSmart. Okay, so this will be my transport interface. Go here, go to terminal. So VPN 0. Okay, so I do have interface ETH1, right? So let me just show you. So this is ETH1. So I'll be using this for the VPN 0. Okay. Okay. Initially, I can show you like which interface is the part of VPN 0. To show interface. So if you see VPN 0 is having right now ETS 0, right? So what I'll do right now, I'll just remove it first of all. VPN 0, no interface, ETS 0, because we have to remove it because a single interface cannot be a part of dual VPN combination, right? So I have to remove it first of all. Now interface ETH1, I can configure the IP address. So vManage should have 192.1.40, fine. 192.168.1.40. And now whenever you configure IP address on a normal router, right, what we do, we use a 255.25250, something like that, right? The subnet mask. What we can do here, just use the slash value, enter. Now I'll say no shutdown. Okay, and let me configure a default route pointing towards your edge device, right? That is R, I think this is your R5, that is 50. So IP route 0000/0. The next hop is 192.168.1.50. Okay, go to your interface again, ATH1. Now This is your basically tunnel interface. So this interface I'll be using for the transport VPN. Tunnel interface allow services. So right now I will allow net config. I will allow SSH, okay, secure shell daemon, and I will allow, okay, allows services all. Okay, say exit, go out. Now VPN 512. So I need to configure the management also, right? Interface ETS0 IP. Okay, so whenever you configure static IP address, so this is the command. This is the format we have for the static one. For the DHCP, if I want to get the IP address from the DHCP, so just run IP DHCP client and then say no shutdown. And finally, because we have done everything here, just say commit. If everything is fine, then from this interface should be reachable. It means 1.10 should be reachable if everything is fine. Do ping 192.168.1.10. And yes, that is reachable. Fine. So this we have done right now. Okay. Now what is the next step here? We need to configure the basic things in this vmanage, right? So let me check do show interface. Everything is up. Okay. So on this VPN 0, I'm getting 1.40. Fine. And here I'm getting 116. So this is a global interface. I'll take this interface for the configuration, for the global configuration. So use https://. So whenever we take the access of this one, right? So we use this one. HTTPS we use 192.168.1. So that is taking right now is 116.116. That is 0 IP. Okay, one more thing. So this device, the vmanage, the UI of the vmanage, or we can say the dashboard, operates in the port on the port number 8443, right? So if I choose 8443, it will directly hit to the port number, directly hit to the same services, right? Enter. Yes, we can access. But if let's suppose I will not use the port number 8443, right? So what happens in the background? So it will try to hit on the 443 by default, right? So I'll take https: this IP address and then I'll press enter, right? So in the background, what it will do, it will redirect, the device will redirect the packet out to 8443 automatically in the background. So we have done, we have those nettings in the background. Okay. Now, so for the management also, for this dashboard, the default credentials are admin. Okay. So just use admin here. Admin. Cool. So this is the vmanage dashboard. Okay. So initially for the base configuration, go to the settings. Okay. Org name, just configure again here the org name. We have to configure this here definitely. CNC. Save. Vbond is not configured, so I'll configure this vbond. Okay, so the IP, okay, so the default port that takes is 12346, right? Now the vbond IP is 192.168.1.30. 192.168.1.30. Just save it. So right now that is not reachable. That is fine. No worries. Okay. In future, we will like bring this device up and then it will start doing the communication. Okay. Now the next thing, we need to configure here certificate authority, right? So we can see here the WAN Edge Cloud Certificate Authorization. Okay. Okay. Sorry, not this one. This one. Controller Certificate Authorization. So let me go here. Okay. So right now this is semantic automatic, semantic manual, right? So I will choose here enterprise root certificate. Fine. Proceed with the same. Now, how we can enable these things, right? So now we are doing some kind of configuration. Okay, some kind of things right now. Okay. Now, what we need to do here, we need to access our CA server. So we have to get some certificate from the server and I have to paste here. Okay. So I'll go to my server, go here. So this has IP address 192.168.1.10. No, I'll take the global IP address, no worries. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll take this console, okay, this directly, okay, on this device, I'll be doing everything. So let me install some other software, just a Google Chrome here, okay, or a Firefox to do all the practicals here. So I will take the console here, I will take the certificate access here directly, okay, and we'll do all the practicals and we'll get the certificate basically. Okay, so just wait, let me just enable those things. So right now we are downloading this Chrome only, okay. And let me check the service. Okay, this is also done. Fine, just close this one. So from this device, we have to download the root certificate. Okay, and that root certificate will install on the, or we can say will upload on the vManage. Okay, done. Now let me access. So this device has IP address 192.168.1.1.10. We have to take the web access of this root certificate. Okay, so slash cert srv. This is this IP address. Perfect. Should be accessible. Just wait. Let me try with this IP address. Okay, we can access. Now, so right now we are accessing the certificate server, right, using the web interface. Okay. Now download a CA certificate. So from this interface, from this option, we have to download a CA certificate. Click here, and we have to take the base 64. So this is only supported method format that we have on the vManage. Okay. Now download CA certificate using this one. So this is our file. Just go here. So in future, like we'll be downloading for the vBond, vSmart, for these things, right? So let me just do a rename. Keep this file. I'll just rename as a vManage, so we can easily identify. Okay. Now, do one thing, just copy the content of this vManage file So just open this one into Notepad. Now copy all, Control all, Control C. Just copy everything. Okay. Now you have to go to your vManage. Okay, so right now this is the file that we have here. Okay, so we have to access the vManage inside this server. Go inside here, https://192.168.0. That was taking, I think, 116 or 7. 116. Okay, 116. So as I told you, we can directly use this address also. So it will directly hit to the port number. It will do redirection in the background. Same admin. Go to your settings again. Control certificate authority. Added this one. Enterprise root certificate. Yes, proceed. Now just paste those information here. Okay, all good. Now scroll down. Set CSR properties. Domain name. So you can use any domain name, any org name here, any city you can use here. So this is just for the CA import we are doing. Okay. So domain name. So let me choose here. cnc.com. cnc. City Delhi. State Delhi. Email. Networking classes at gmail.com. India. For 1 year, 2 year, you can choose any number. So let me choose 3 year. Import and save. That is important now. Cool. Okay, so right now we are using enterprise root certificate authority server. Okay, so right now what we have done here, we have done this task right now. What I need to do here, we need to add the vBone, we need to add the vSmart also, right? And now what I will do here, I will go to those servers and we'll do the base configuration. So right now what we have done, so let's take a look. Let me go here in the topology. So the setup we have done, okay, and the IP addressing we have done, okay, on this device, the base configuration we have done, like the host name, the site ID, and the org name we have done. So these things we have done. And one more thing, the CA certificate is enabled right now here, and this device is enabled with a root certificate server. Okay, so this task we have done till this point. Okay, now the next thing, what I'll do here, I will do base configuration on these. Okay, before these things, what we have to do, we have to register this vManage with the CSR certificate. Okay, that's a very important part. So right now what we have done, we have just done the root certificate configuration on this vManage. Now what I need to do here, we need to add ID certificate. Okay, so the root certificate we have done. Now we have to add the ID certificate on the vManage. So that is a very important part that I'll do for vBone and vSmart also. Okay, so this root certificate is a one-time configuration that we have to do here. Okay, so this will get to know who is my root server, this one. Now after that, I have to configure ID certificates for all these 3 devices. Okay, so let's do that also.